Tonight, the decision to drop the charges comes as students and activists at VCU remain steadfast in their support for Palestinian rights, with peaceful demonstrations and advocacy continuing across campus. Next, Richmond is taking action to ease the financial strain on residents facing rising housing costs. Mayor Stoney has unveiled a series of relief initiatives, including monthly grants for low-income renters, tax exemptions for senior and disabled homeowners, and a proposed tax rebate for all property owners. Next, TJ Watt hits impressive milestone. Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders stay in command of the NFC East. Also, a preview on the upcoming WNBA Finals matchup between the New York Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx. Stay tuned. All this and more, VCU InSight starts right now. Hello, I'm Bersabe Kimau, and this is VCU InSight. A major development occurred this past Friday in the continuing aftermath of the protests at Virginia Commonwealth University. Many of those arrested during pro-Palestinian demonstrations earlier this year have now had their charges dropped. We go live to our reporter Kaylee Crabb, who is at the scene where the protests unfolded.
Thanks, Bersabe. I'm standing here at James Cabell Library, where just months ago, peaceful pro-Palestinian protesters gathered and VCU police demanded it to stop and called it an unlawful assembly, leading to 6 arrests. It may look calm now, but that's not what it looked like a few months ago. This is what it looked like a few months ago. The April 29 protest saw hours of peaceful demonstration before officers from VCU, Richmond, and Virginia State Police intervened. Tear gas was used and 13 individuals, including 6 students, were arrested for trespassing and unlawful assembly. As of last Friday, most of those arrested have had their charges dropped. The exact number has yet to be confirmed. However, they are required to complete community service and write essays on free speech. Despite the arrest, the pro-Palestinian movement on campus did not lose momentum. Just this Tuesday, Students for Justice in Palestine held a peaceful vigil where participants created a symbolic flower garden and wrote letters to VCU President Rao, demonstrating their continued commitment to the cause. As we mark 1 year since the start of this deadly war, VCU continues to take action. Reporting for the newsroom at VCU in InSight News, I'm Kaylee Crabb.
The City of Richmond is actively seeking to support its residents by offering financial assistance to help alleviate the burden of housing costs. Rachel Riggs is reporting on the next steps to help the community achieve its goals in light of these proposed relief initiatives.
Mayor Stoney proposed relief to help Richmond residents cope with rising housing costs. This proposal and City Councilor Robertson call for a 4-cent reduction in the real estate tax rates, suggests that tax relief is coming soon. Stoney suggested a one-time tax rebate of 4 cents for all property owners in the city.
Stoney announced 3 relief programs, a pilot grant of up to $200 a month for low-income renters and homeowners, an exemption from future tax increases for homeowners 65 and older or disabled, and a one-time relief estate tax rebate for all property owners.
All of Stoney's proposals will require City Council approval as discussion on Tramel's permanent tax reduction move forward. Reporting for VCU InSight and the VCU Newsroom, I'm Rachel Riggs.
Last week, VCU approached Altria of the possible purchase of their Research and Technology Center based here in Richmond. Reporter Andrew McGann has more information.
Thank you, Bersabe. I'm standing in front of the Altria Center, which stands adjacent to VCU's Academic Medical Center on East Jackson Street.
According to Richmond BizSense, Altria spokesman David Sutton said in an email that the building was not listed for sale. When approached by VCU and the Commonwealth of Virginia, Altria agreed to discuss a potential sale. It is a 3-minute walk from Cannabis Hall to the Altria Center. According to Richmond Business, the 4-acre building is currently assessed at $275 million. In a statement from Grant Hedson, the Vice President for Enterprise Marketing and Communications for VCU and VCU Health System, the building holds tremendous potential to accelerate VCU's nationally recognized research programs that improve the health and well-being of Virginians.
According to Heston, conversations are ongoing and there is no time for a final decision at this time. Reporting from Richmond for VCU InSight and in the newsroom at VCU, I'm Andrew McGann.
Richmond City officials are still working on a solution to improve safety at a north side intersection nearly 2 years after the removal of the A.P. Hill Confederate statue. Kaylee Crabb is at the intersection with more on the ongoing concerns and potential solutions.
The intersection of Laburnum Avenue and Hermitage Road has been a significant safety concern for many years. According to data from the DMV, it ranked among the top 3 locations for traffic collisions in Richmond from 2018 to 2023.
My name is Sarah Timer. I walk my son twice a day across this intersection to and from school. He's 7 years old with a lot of energy, and with the high traffic before and after school, this is just not a safe intersection to come across.
Timer explains that people frequently make illegal left turns during restricted hours and constantly speed, which causes her to fear for the well-being and safety of her 7-year-old child as well as herself. Richmond is still searching for a solution to improve safety at this intersection in Northside, nearly 2 years after the A.P. Hill Confederate statue was removed. A block away from an elementary school, children and families are concerned for their safety, making them not want to walk to school. Would you want to walk to school here? In August 2023, the Department of Public Works published a detailed 55-page report that explored possible redesigns for the intersection. This report was led by community surveys and feedback. It presented 6 different improvement concepts with estimated costs ranging from $5.8 million to $7.6 million.
Hi, my name is Josh. I walk to work from this intersection, and ever since the monument was taken down, it's been chaos here. It's super dangerous. I saw an accident happen here just the other day. Something needs to be done.
Some of the options proposed in the 55-page intersection alternative study include a traditional signalized intersection with a median U-turn, a protected intersection with left turns, a roundabout with slip lanes, and a regular roundabout. As the community actively evaluates these options, residents are looking for solutions that will improve traffic flow and enhance safety for pedestrians. Reporting from Richmond, I'm Kaylee Crabb.
The city is reviewing feedback and considering which of the proposed designs will best address the community's concerns about safety while also being cost-effective and feasible to implement. Carytown has a new sign to mark the start of one of Richmond's most popular areas. The new sign welcomes individuals at the western entrance. It will be replacing a decades-old wooden sign that fell over in 2023. This sign is 25 feet in the air near Kroger's in Torchy's Tacos. It is an Art Deco styled sign and lights up at night for all to see. According to Axios Richmond, this sign has a nearly 2-year-long process from start to finish. The sign was made possible from a partnership from the city, the Carytown Merchants Association, and 5th District Councilperson Stephanie Lynch. Burton's Grill and Torchy's Tacos both have rooftop patios that have a great view of this new sign. Coming up in our CNS News Minute, we look at the Virginia's large animal veterinarian shortage and the response. Also, what college students need to know about early voting. Registrars are working to ensure that voting in Virginia is secure. This and more coming up next.
Hello, I'm Anna West with our CNS News Minute. Virginia's large animal vet shortage is experiencing an all-time high. That's why work groups mandated by state lawmakers are studying the issue. About 4% of veterinary graduates over the past 20 years choose to work in the food animal-related field. A few efforts being explored are how to connect professionals with rural communities, better loan forgiveness programs, and how to expand the responsibilities of licensed animal technicians. Early voting is underway in Virginia, with over 250,000 early ballots cast and just under 100,000 mail-in ballots submitted. First-time voters living on their college campuses may not know how to register or vote early. In-state students can register with their current address or can vote in their hometown. Out-of-state students can only be registered in one state and need to request an absentee ballot to vote in their home state. You can register and find your early voting location at the Department of Elections website or register at the DMV or through a campaign or political party. Registration ends Tuesday, October 15th, and the deadline to apply for an absentee ballot is Friday, October 25th. Registrars in Virginia are working to ensure the election is secure. Standard election preparation includes proofing ballots, testing machines, and training officials. Officials think distrust in the system stems from a lack of voter education. To counter this, counties are trying new approaches. For example, Loudoun County has hosted a public walkthrough of their office and offers specialized training for repeat volunteers. Richmond Registrar Keith Balmer encourages anyone concerned about the validity of the process to volunteer in their community. We have less than 30 days until the presidential election. That's why VCU Votes and CNS reporters are hosting an election panel next week. We will have information on where to vote, how to vote, and who is on the ballot. VCU Vote students can even get you registered. The event is Tuesday, October 15th from 5 to 6 p.m. in room 110 of the STEM building on Franklin Street.
Stay tuned for InSight Sports for a preview of the WNBA championship matchup between the New York Liberty and Minnesota Lynx. Also, some takeaways for Week 5 of the NFL season. VCU InSight Blake Henry will have more.
Hi, I'm Blake Henry with news on sports. The WNBA finals are set to begin on Thursday as the two best teams will be set to battle in a best-of-5 series. The New York Liberty have made the finals for the second straight year after defeating the team that beat them last year, the Las Vegas Aces. On the other side of things, the Minnesota Lynx will be looking to add another championship as well after defeating the Connecticut Suns in a series-deciding Game 5. The WNBA Finals look to be a good one with the last two teams standing. Tune in to see who gets to raise that trophy. An eventful Week 5 of the NFL has concluded. Here are some big takeaways from this week. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings remain undefeated heading into Week 6 of the NFL season. Steelers linebacker TJ Watt made history after his defensive performance against the Cowboys Sunday night. Watt is now the second fastest player to achieve 100 sacks, a monumental accomplishment. There seems to be a new hope for the Commanders as the rookie quarterback and the 2024 number 2 overall draft pick, Jaden Daniels, has led the team to a great start in the season. The Commanders are first in their division with a 4-1 record, a record that hasn't been achieved since 2008. The main question now is, will the Commanders be able to keep this momentum alive as they prepare to face off against the Ravens this coming Sunday? Both teams have been on a winning streak, so it will be interesting to see who prevails in this matchup. That wraps up our sports news for this week. Be sure to check out more of the latest sports news on our next show. I'm Blake Henry. Back to you, Bersabe.
Art is a beautiful thing that comes in all different forms, shapes, and sizes. The Hollywood Cemetery has been lucky enough to get Richmond's newest piece of art. We go to reporter Michael Estrella for more information.
The city of Richmond is full of unique art. Whether it is murals, music, or sculptures, art is one thing Richmond is not lacking. The Hollywood Cemetery is lucky to have one of the newest pieces of art in Richmond.
Some people may see this as just a tree grave, but to William Oakes, the assistant general manager of the Hollywood Cemetery, the proper title for this piece of art is a historical memorial of a noteworthy tree.
It is a dead tree that has been transformed into a historical memorial. The creator is a local arborist and artist, Jake Van Yeers. The artist wanted to find a way to remember the tree's legacy.
You know, there's tombstones all around this cemetery, but there's never been a tree tombstone. So then it started flowing from there.
Jake and his family have been caring for the trees in the Hollywood Cemetery for 30 years and have grown to know them more closely than others. Jake says that this tree is 254 years old, 8 years older than the United States of America. Executive Director of Friends of Hollywood Cemetery, Kelly Jones Wellbanks, says the tree lays on the original property that started the Hollywood Cemetery, which makes it extra special.
So to have this tree here memorialized in the original tract of land that started Hollywood Cemetery is pretty exciting for us.
The memorial is located on Freedom Avenue in the Hollywood Cemetery for all the public to see. The tree is a white oak and is known in Virginia as the king of the forest, and now has the memorial of a king. Reporting from Richmond for VCU InSight in the newsroom at VCU, I'm Michael Estrella.
It's spooky season here in RVA. Our favorite horror movie characters will be making their way to town this weekend for Galaxy's Con Nightmare Weekend. From October 11th through 13th, the Greater Richmond Convention Center will be filled with monsters and ghouls for GalaxyCon's Nightmare Weekend. There is a range of things to do with family or friends, from cosplay contests, dance parties, and even art exhibits. This year's guest list includes some of the biggest names in horror cinema. CJ Graham is one of the many actors who plays Jason that will be in attendance. Joining him will be David Howard, Amy Donald, Nick Castle, and many more. In addition to celebrity meet and greets, attendees can dive into a variety of activities, including panel discussions that dig into the craft of horror filmmaking, behind-the-scenes stories, and insights from the actors themselves. Tickets are still available. Visit GalaxyCon's website for details on pricing, event schedules, and more. You can catch a new edition of VCU InSight every Thursday afternoon on our YouTube channel. For VCU InSight and the newsroom at VCU, I'm Bersabe Kimau.